Hello, welcome to the Culture and Cannabis podcast. My name is Derek Gumin. I am filling in today for JC and Anthony Lee. Well, I have it all to myself here, so I figured I'd outfit myself with a little bit of oil, a little bit of libation here, a little edible libation from the Happiest Hour. How we doing? I'm glad everyone's tuning in here, and we got a good little show here to talk about. We've got some things we're going to cover across the nation, mostly about the emerging cannabis markets, both open and close to opening up. Just so you guys know, Tony and JC skipped town. They're not coming back. So no, just kidding. Tony is in Reno at the moment, and we've got JC in Chicago. They took a little time off. They've got some events going on, some things they needed to do, and so they called me. I got a good look. I got a good vibe, right? So I'll be filling in for the next 30 minutes or so, and we'll have them tune into the show via satellite phone. So that should be fun. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Let's first talk about the cannabis market in general. We've had a lot of ups and downs. In the past couple months, there's been some vaping scares. We've seen some disturbances in the market, both in the U.S. and Canada. So there's still a lot of uncertainty. We're still trying to figure out how to broadly legalize on a federal scale. So there's a lot of states that are taking different actions to make sure that they open up the market the right way. It's important that it's done the right way to begin with, like the state of Nevada, in my opinion, did a very, very good job at opening up this market to the recreational masses. And, we've seen a lot of good things, a lot of upside from our market, as opposed to the Wild West out in California or some of the things going on in Washington and Oregon. You see oversaturated markets, whether it's cultivators or producers. You're seeing dispensary licenses being handed out very frivolously, and it doesn't make for a good consumer market. You see a lot of mom and pop businesses close up because they just can't afford to go up against the big money. So people who can provide distribution, people who can provide low value price points. There's just a lot of variables. So opening up the market is important to every state. You have to know your market. You have to know what the demand is. You have to know the amount of tourism coming through the market. And Las Vegas is the perfect example of something done right, in my opinion. We haven't gotten there quite yet as far as legalizing consumption, although Nubu Cannabis Marketplace has a tasting room that has just opened. It's fucking dope. You can just smoke weed there. No big deal. So I definitely think we're taking the right steps. Nubu is on native land, so they're not technically state approved to be doing that stuff, but hey, fuck, the natives don't have to, right? They can kind of do what they like, and that's the beauty of Nubu. So the other dispensaries in Las Vegas and Nevada proper will have to wait at least another year and a half or so until the state regulators kind of figure out what laws and what guidelines the owners are going to have to abide by to make sure that these open up safely, efficiently, and just the right way in general. I mean, come on, look at. Okay, I'll give California one thing they did right: Lowell Farms in West Hollywood. I mean, it's a pretty dope consumption lounge, and they're now allowing for you to just come in, sit down, table service. They've got a great, expensive menu, and but yeah, they kill it. They kill it, and they've figured out that tourist market. They've got a place now to go to smoke and consume and not feel ostracized or feel like they're going to get arrested or fined, right? So there's a lot of different steps being taken across the U.S. 33 states now have legalized in some way. They've legalized marijuana, and Washington, D.C. as well. D.C., recreational, 11 different states, recreational. So we're getting there. There's a lot of movement in Illinois right now, where JC's at. He's over in Chicago. But first, I think I'd like to touch a little bit more on the Nevada market. I think the Nevada market is really special. There's a small amount of dispensaries. There's limited, I would say, semi-limited competition between producers and cultivators. More brands are coming to market as they're pairing up with different license holders here in Nevada. So we're seeing it get a little saturated in some aspects like cartridges and edibles, and flower here is something hard to break into if you're just starting now. A lot of these brands and companies have taken a long time to really dial in the THC, the terpenes, the yields, so that they can give the price points back to the consumers. Las Vegas is not the only market in Nevada. In fact, there's a thriving market in northern Nevada, in Reno, actually. My company, I work with Ionic VBG, and we went as far as to take our Vegas M stick, which was made for Las Vegas, for the people, for the tourist market, and we gave something back to the Reno market, and we gave them the Reno M stick. So we realized there was a niche there to be had, and there's a lot of opportunity in Reno as well. So I think it's really important that we don't leave Reno out of this pie. We don't leave them out of the party, right? So, without further ado, I think I'd like to bring in Tony, because I think he's in Reno right now, if I'm not mistaken, at the Happiest Hour party. Is it a launch party? What is it, Tone? Give me the rundown here. What's going on?
Well, I'm here right now with Tiff. She's the owner of the Happiest Hour. Let's get her talking about it. I'll scoot over here so I get out of the way.
Here, wait, guys, if you don't mind, let me just make myself a little drink that I brought. This is the Happiest Hour cannabis cocktail mixer, the blood orange. I'm just going to add it to this little bit of silver tequila I brought in. And cheers, guys. Good to see you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. So yeah, right now we are at the Happiest Hour launch party. Relaunch party.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now?
We're at the Jesse in Reno, which is an awesome venue. We're so happy they opened the doors to us. It's their first cannabis event. So they're really excited. I'm really excited.
It's really, really cool. If you guys haven't checked out the Jesse, it's the old Lincoln Lounge in downtown Reno on 4th Street, which if you know about North Nevada, you know about 4th Street, Reno. Reno as fuck, as we all know. We're drinking these delicious drinks. So let's talk about these.
Yeah, so we have 12 products right now, 7 cannabis-infused cocktail mixers. We see people that they either drink alcohol and cannabis, or there's people that are kind of more on a health journey that just want to have cannabis but don't, because they don't want to have a hangover. And so we still wanted them to have something fun to drink. So you can mix, like this is strawberry, our cannabis-infused strawberry mix with some pineapple juice, orange juice, and some seltzer. So it's like we call it a blood orange sunrise, like a tequila sunrise. So this is just cannabis, but if you had a crazy day or that's just, you're doing you can add tequila. No hate. And then we have 3 ready drinks. We're debuting our new flavor tonight, and then just like lemonade and fruit punch, and then 2 shots.
Tiffany, what's your Tiffany, what's your favorite libation? What's your favorite cocktail to make up with your mixers?
So I don't drink alcohol, and that's why these are perfect for me. Mine is the Piña Kombucha Lada. So some people love kombucha, some people hate it, but I love it. I'm one of those. So you find a lime kombucha, you add an ounce of our infused mix, which gives you about 10 milligrams. So if you wanted to more, you can add more. And then some coconut cream, and that's my favorite.
That sounds absolutely incredible. It really does. I love kombucha. So send me the recipe later, little text. Yeah, that'd be nice. Tony, what else is going on in Reno at the moment? I mean, you've got a great launch party there. You guys are going to have a blast tonight. I've heard a lot of the buzz down here in Las Vegas, actually. So kudos to you guys for putting it on. But what's the overall vibe up in Reno right now? Cannabis, and just in general. I mean, what's the temperature?
I think this party is a perfect example of the culture up here in Reno right now. Honestly, the fact that we get to have a great time in this beautiful downtown location at the Jesse. and have, cannabis cocktails is something that hasn't really been done yet. And Reno's culture kind of matches that, right? Reno as fuck, the company that we started, is the idea behind it is like the work hard, play hard attitude, and that's what Reno encompasses, and that's what this party encompasses as well, right? It's like, we all had a long work day today. We're gonna come here, kick back, have a couple libations, maybe smoking a couple J's. We're gonna have a great time.
Where do you see consumption lounges going as we move forward? We are one of these emerging markets, so I think of Nevada as the pinnacle. It's at the top, certainly. Maybe, others would argue some other markets, but Nevada in particular, I feel like, has really set the standard. So where do you see us in the consumption lounge element of things?
Oh, I think, when it comes to the consumption lounge asset, I think obviously Vegas is going to hit first, but I think Reno's going to have a very special market in the fact that, we have 4 seasons up here. So between all the different people coming in town to go to Tahoe for skiing, snowboarding, all that good stuff, to all the hiking, mountain climbing, I think we'll have a very diverse culture here, and I think we'll have some very unique types of consumption lounges that won't be seen anywhere else in the country.
That's exciting. Listen, Tone, you and me both know that we're going to be at the forefront of this. It's a beautiful time to live in Nevada. It's a beautiful time to be in the cannabis industry. And, man, this mixer went right to my head already. Jeez Louise, is this nano technology? What is this, Tiffany?
Perfect. So good. Yeah, well, so there's, about nano-emulsification. So for a beverage, there's a couple of ways to make it so that it mixes with the beverage and doesn't separate. And we use nano-emulsification. So that just means that it's smaller molecules that are absorbed more quickly and more completely. And so it hits you faster, which I love because it makes overconsumption less likely, because it's not going to be like 2 hours and then you feel it and you already ate from like 30 minutes later, and now you're overconsumed and you're leaving the party because you want to be alone.
And not only that, obviously the technology, the quality is amazing in these products, but just the details that Tiff has done, right? These are Happiest Hour branded. What do you call these? Cocktail umbrellas. And there's Happiest Hour branded everything here, right? So
we got some paper, we wrote some Happiest Hour.
And I think that also plays a part to the Reno culture and kind of what we do up here, right? We like to do things. Obviously, it's not going to be the glitz and glamour of Vegas, but it's going to be well done. And we're going to do it different. No one else has done before.
Well, I believe that, Tone. And listen, I love what you guys are doing up there. I'm really excited to see what else is going to come out from the Happiest Hour. And Tony, as you know, I'm always looking forward to what you're going to do next. So, looking forward to this weekend, Culture Cannabis, Saturday night. Nice job on booking Mike Jones. Super dope. Anything you want to sign off with before I shoot it over to JC?
Shout out to the Happiest Hour, shout out to Jesse, shout out to everybody in Reno, the Reno cannabis industry. I love coming up here all the time. Recently moving from Las Vegas to Reno made me appreciate Reno that much more. So I got to give a lot of love to these guys. Thank you to Tiff for having us here right for the party.
Pleasure.
It was so great. The party just started about 23 minutes ago, so we're going to dive in and have a great time. I'm going to be on here, though, because JC is right here on my phone.
Oh,
obviously, there's a little bit of a what's it called on there, but when we're ready to dive into that, I'll get him on the screen.
Great, yeah, perfect. Well, guys, I appreciate both of you, of course. Tiffany, miss ya. Wish I could be there. I know everybody is looking forward to the party tonight. If you're in Reno, check out the Jesse tonight. Great party going on. So yeah, in regards to the rest of the market and what else is going on, right, culturally and legally within the U.S. In regards to cannabis, and one of the biggest states to come online is going to be Illinois. They voted for it. It passed. So January 1, we're going to see Illinois and Chicago just blow up. It's going to be a really special market because there's a big population there. The Midwest is the Bible Belt, so very conservative. So for them to go green is a really big movement for that region in general, because you'll start to see it. It'll trickle down to the other states that are a little bit more conservative, and hopefully it has a positive effect on the way they view it and the way it's perceived. So That is really going to be exciting for people in the Midwest and for those traveling. Chicago is a big hub internationally, so we're very excited to see what happens. And JC's out there right now. He flew out to Chicago yesterday. They've got 110 stores coming online, 60 growers, 60 processors. They're saying by December 2021, they should have that amount fully up and operational in Illinois. So right now it's just been the medical market. Just license holders that have a license already can now own and operate a dispensary as of January 1. There are about 55 currently in Illinois, so that number will probably tick up considerably pretty quickly. So I want to bring in JC now because he's got some perspective on this. And JC, what the hell is going on in Chicago? What are you doing out there?
Man, I mean, it's cannabis adventures out here in Illinois. It's been a great time. It's about 40 degrees, so it's a little cold, but man, the vibe out here is incredible. People are ready for cannabis out here in Illinois, and you can just feel it in the air. So it's a good time.
So what are you trying to get something going for yourself? You're trying to just see the sights? What are you doing now? You're doing a little R&D? You're doing a little market research? Tell me what you actually got going on out there. Are you out there for a wedding? Come on.
Yes, I mean, okay, so there's a group out here, a cannabis group. It's a beautiful group of guys that I know, and they're currently going through the license.
Oh, no.
And we just lost JC.
We lost JC.
Let me see if I can get him
back. Let's buzz him back in. Man, JC. Well, we got a second. Let me just take another sip of this. Guys, fantastic. The Blood Orange Happiest Hour mixer. I recommend with a little Patron Silver, Don Julio if you got it. I might as well little double down here.
So here's the deal right now.
Talk to me.
JC's phone died. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? Us in the cannabis industry, we got so much going on, right? So me and JC have this podcast, and so when we have obligations like going to the Happiest Hour launch party or going to Chicago for a speaking event, that's what he was out there for. I'll answer his question for you. It's tough, and so we have to rely on great people like Derek. Once again, thank you so much for coming in and sitting in with us. But that happens, guys, right? Like, it's unfortunate that that his phone died during the podcast, but here we are today, right? We're still gonna keep rocking and rolling. The Chicago market is blowing up. JC kind of gave me the lowdown of what was going on down there, but he went out there for a networking event to go talk with a bunch of different people that had medical licenses, and they do a really cool minority program out there too, that if you qualify for certain loans and grants, that they will subsidize your funding to get a license, essentially. And I don't know the complete details on that, but that's kind of like the generalized idea behind it.
There's a lot of states taking that approach, I've noticed. Like states that are coming online, because when a lot of these states went recreational, they didn't really think about the social elements, the social injustices that some different groups face. So now that we're looking back, some of the states are who haven't done it, haven't made it a part of their application process, or the new states that are doing it are now making it a part of the application process. New York, Illinois, and then yes, of course, they're subsidizing some certain things for just people that don't have the income of some of these 1%ers that are gobbling up all the licenses, right? So kudos
and
to Illinois.
Not to mention all the corporations that are coming in and trying to buy as much as they can up.
Well, that's it. It's the 1%, right? It's these big corporations from Canada in many cases, and just big companies that have been in other sectors like food and beverage, for example. So we're seeing a lot of that, but it's encouraging for future generations and people now who are don't think they have a shot. Well, they do have a shot, actually. As long as you can get a good group of people with a little bit of funding, man, anybody could do it. I mean, look, JC's out in Chicago now trying to do it, and I mean, hats off to JC. I should be out in New York doing this same thing, because my dream has always been to have my own brand in New York in cannabis, and it was close. They they were really ramping it up.
That's gonna happen.
I know it is. Yeah, it's on. Tony, we're doing that together. I'm bringing you back east. Your roots, your family roots go back there, bro.
And then when we want a beverage, we'll hit up Tiff.
Yeah, I'll make your beverage.
Oh hell yeah! we're gonna be billionaires now. Jesus.
Yeah. Straight up.
But yeah, so exciting times. It's really encouraging to see Illinois take that stand. So, but hey, we got a good thing going here. So we got to focus on this industry in Nevada, because I think there's still a lot of things we can work on here. A lot of things that we can still fight for here. So we definitely, being that we've been legal since 17 or 16, but really 17, it's only been 2 years. So there's a lot of things that, looking back, we're like, maybe we can fix that. So I'm excited to see what comes next. Consumption lounges are one of them. So
yeah, definitely.
So speaking of, we're talking about all these different things here. Let's talk about events, and in particular, Culture Cannabis this weekend, because it's one of the staple events in Las Vegas. It has been for some time. Few years now, and JC's done a great job at curating that and just getting the community to come together on a monthly basis. It's been really special. It's really exciting to see what he's done, and now since he's brought you onto the team and building out Culture Cannabis even more with the podcast and bringing on Mike Jones for this weekend, dude. I'm super hyped. Mike Jones. I'm super hyped. I will be there. I will be there smoking the fattest L with Jones. Tell me a little bit about the event. What's going to be going on there? What's going to be different? Give me the scoop.
So this event, it's the final event of our 2019 season. We want to, first of all, want to thank everybody that's made these events so awesome, so great, especially guys like Derek. Having influential people at the event is what really makes it or breaks it. But this last one is going to be on October 19th, this Saturday, at the Grand Downtown Casino, at the Grand Citrus Pool Deck. That is on the roof. It's an amazing venue. The weather's going to be perfect. We have tons of great artists that are going to be performing, Mike Jones including. Lots of great local acts. I think there might be some break dancers there. It's going to be nuts, honestly. We're going to have live artist paintings, a bunch of cannabis brands such as Iconic and BBG. And it's just going to be an overall great way to end this 2019 season with Culture and Cannabis. And then we'll get it all wrapped up. And then we got some things in the works for 2020 that we can't not wait to show you guys. So come check out this last one. Come make history with us. 2019, it's, we're Mike Jones. You know who he is. You know who he's in. Go learn some of his new songs. Listen to the words. You can get your tickets on cultureandcannabislv.com, also on Eventbrite, also on the Facebook page where you're watching this podcast right now. So go check it out. Once again, Derek, thank you so much, bro. I can't explain my gratitude to you. You've been a good friend to me. And just a quick note on this. If you have good people around you, like I have Derek around me, fucking give those people a platform as much as possible because they deserve it.
Oh, thank you, Tone. That was really sweet of you. And the same goes back to you. You couldn't have said it any better. I feel the same way. The feeling's mutual, man. I love doing this type of stuff for you, and we're going to be doing it for a long time in the future. So, yeah, man, hats off to everything you've done. Looking forward to this weekend. And Tiffany, thank you again. You've been a rock star. Appreciate both of you for coming on and, giving me the platform here to join the party a little bit with you guys since I can't make it. So, thanks again, guys. We'll talk soon.
Cheers.
So,
cheers.
Hey, cheers. Thanks, guys. So we're going to wrap up here. We had a great time this afternoon. Lots to talk about, guys. If you're not up to date with the regulation and legalization of cannabis, do your research. Take your time. There's a lot to learn, and I think everybody should take that time to learn the state's regulations and our state in particular. But look at other states if you're interested and you're looking like JC is to go to other markets and open up new opportunities for yourself. It's definitely the smart play. You don't want to go in half-cocked to a gunfight, right? So do your research, get out there, make it happen for yourself. This weekend, don't miss out. Culture Cannabis, Saturday night, the downtown Grand rooftop. It's going to be dope. Mike Jones is going to be there performing. Y'all know who he is. Who? It's Mike Jones. Very exciting. Biggest artist of the year. Finale of the year. And it's going to be a big one. So make sure you're there if you're in Las Vegas on Saturday night, 9 p.m. Lots of other local acts are going to be there, guys. Lots of vendors. Tons of cannabis vendors are going to be there putting it down. So if you want to go mingle and network or just learn something about cannabis in Nevada, check it out. Thank you to JC. Thank you to Tony. They will be back next week with you guys, so don't sweat it. You're not going to have to see this mug every week. It's going to be back to normal next week. So I thank you all for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. The opportunity has been great. Make sure you get your ticket if you're going to head over there to Culture Cannabis this weekend, cultureandcannabislv.com. Thank you once again. And if you're out in Las Vegas this week, make sure you get yourself an Ionic vape cart, guys. He's just hit the market. They're beautiful, cannabis derived, and fucking awesome. Tune in next week. Thanks, guys.